Yeah, and to wrap up our injury discussion, Tyrod Taylor. That's so unfortunate that
What a
like
story.
I don't even know what to say about it because
I
I
would
think
be getting some money from
oh
the Chargers
absolutely
organization.
I think somebody that used to play in the NFL tweeted that would be the Tyrod Taylor Chargers by the time his lawyer got done with it,
Yeah.
but
And for those of you that don't know, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, he had bruised or cracked ribs going into the game
yeah, yep.
and was going to play through it, and they were going to give him a painkiller injection and wound up puncturing his lung. So that's definitely a way to ruin a Sunday.
Yeah, I think basically they were just going to give him like a fast acting cortisone shot essentially.
Yeah, probably whatever Aaron Rodgers had last year
Oh
opening up
yeah,
against the Bears.
yeah, when he hurt his knee.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't. You just slip up and you puncture the lung, and see, I got the thing. It was like Justin Herbert starting. I was like,
yeah,
well, that's weird. That's either game planned into they didn't want it to be known, or something happened. And then it's like, well, Tyrod Taylor's hurt. I was like, well, how the hell did he hurt his chest in pregame warmup? I was like, you're a
right.
quarterback. You don't do anything. Um, but yeah, and then hearing that, it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. It's still very crazy. Um, what do you think about Justin Herbert? How did you get to watch the whole game? I know we watch Red Zone, so
Yeah,
we don't get to see
actually I
everything. But
believe I saw most of. I think the most viewed, like when I was watching, it was definitely Chiefs and Chargers. Like I feel like I actually watched the majority of that game. Then that was the 4 o'clock window, right?
yeah,
Three
yeah,
25.
that
Yeah.
was the afternoon.
But as far as Justin Herbert, man, I like him. I mean, I don't feel like you draft somebody in the top 10, and not play him in a situation like this, especially after having a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown, I believe.
And I think he had a
Uh,
rushing touchdown called back too, didn't he? Or am I?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, well, did he score?
I
I don't
want.
know.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure
he
if he scored.
did, but I don't. With it being on Red Zone, I don't. Half the time I'm watching without really listening sometimes. So.
Not only that too, and I noticed while I was watching them that like I could tell he was out there smiling, like he was having a good
Oh
time.
yeah.
I mean, and he looked really good running the ball. I don't know if he's much of a scrambler, but he definitely can, and he proved it. Um, got a good offense, solid players. I like him going forward. I would definitely keep him in there.
Yeah, I do too. I watched a little bit of his film when draft season was around, and like I've always been a fan of Oregon. Just out of like if I had to pick a team from the Pac-12 to be a fan of, it would be Oregon. And then when Mario
Yeah,
Cristobal went
we
there,
we hooked onto the spread a long time ago. And that's
oh
when
yeah, yep,
they were one of the first.
yeah, I remember playing old like NCAA 12 and stuff with like Marcus Mariota and DeAnthony Thomas and
Yeah,
Michael James and all them. Um, But yeah, so I watched a little bit of this film, especially the performance he had in the Rose Bowl. Who they play? Wisconsin last year, I think. Um,
yeah,
and he went off, like just running the ball, single-handedly carried that team to victory. And
good
I was,
size.
oh, absolutely. He's like what? I want to say he's over like 6'4", maybe.
Yeah, I believe
I
six
think he's
five.
tall. So to me, he seems like a Josh Allen. Like I don't know if he's got the
I was
arm
thinking that
strength of
earlier.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen, but as far as just a running quarterback, I think he could be very valuable. And I mean, essentially, it's a bigger, younger Tyrod Taylor. Like Tyrod Taylor
right.
can run, and Justin Herbert can do the same thing. So I like him in there. I think Chargers are a good fit. I think he's a better fit for the Chargers than Tua would have been, because it's a big
Mm-hmm.
thing where if Miami picked Herbert, then Tua was going to Los
Right.
Angeles. So I don't know. I
Absolutely.
like Herbert, big fan of him. I don't, and like you said, it impressed me when he was out there just smiling. Like, dude, you're a rookie
Yeah.
and your first start going up against the defending
Defending
Super Bowl
Super. Yeah,
champions, and you look like you're having the time of your life. So
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
love
it's
Herbert.
funny. It's funny that you say Josh Allen because I was walking around earlier and I was thinking, because I was thinking about that question we were going to talk about, and I was like, he reminds me of Josh Allen. Now I will say this: Josh Allen is so far. I mean, he's probably one of the most aggressive QBs in the league. I don't think he's scared to run the ball at all. But I definitely did see a lot of Josh Allen and Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I think if you had to compare him to a quarterback in the league right now, Josh Allen would be as about as
Yeah,
accurate as you could get. But yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's he's been balling this year too, and like I said, I was impressed with the way Justin Herbert was having fun, but I was also impressed with the way that the Chargers just overall played against the Chiefs
Oh
altogether.
yeah,
Like, especially to have Derwin James out, and that defense is still stacked with Ingram and Bosa, and
brand
that
new quarterbacks. I mean,
yeah,
whoever they play,
yeah, you
Tyrod
have
or Justin Herbert.
Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson. I feel like you have a really good underrated backfield too. You're
Yeah,
stacked at wide receiver with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
no
Keenan
more
is the top
Melvin
five.
Gordon.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, Keenan Allen's top five in the league to me. So I think that alone will help Herbert a lot if Keenan can stay healthy. But
I
then
agree.
the
He
Chargers
is good.
secondary, it's a solid team, just all
Yeah,
together.
I think their defense is their best attribute. If you ask me, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, because you look at the defense and you're like, well, that alone could win them some games, and then they
right,
have weapons on offense, and really don't matter who's a quarterback. Essentially they can win games. They're Ryan Fitzpatrick. They may not be a star, but they can win you some ball games. So
right.
Chargers are a team to not sleep on for sure. So, well, what do you think? Where did the Chiefs struggle more? Was it offensively, defensively? Was it underestimating the Chargers, or what do you think
Uh,
on that standpoint?
I don't want to say the Chiefs are struggling because I mean they didn't just win a Super Bowl for nothing. Practically the same team. I think it just goes back to the whole no preseason, a lot of new guys, brand new running back who has looked good. Uh, I think it's just stuff they're having to figure out. I'll go ahead and say it now. I think they're going to repeat. I will say that they are my favorite to win, but I think by about week 6, week 7, we're going to see the Chiefs we saw finish the season last year.